landscape, remember you're going to make your landscape, and it needs to be a short little, trip through your threshold, your gate. Everything has to be textured on your house. You see how he has brick and wood and all that. Up to your house, your spooky light, haunted forest spread around, and any other like props along the way. All right, so in order to do that, you need a landscape, which I did in the other lesson. So I'll kind of take this one, I'll scrub it, and I'll just redo this. So there's my gate. You want to find a place to put your gate, and you're going to find a place to place your house, and you're going to scatter your trees around to make it look like a haunted forest. You do not have to place trees in an area where, I'm going to get rid of all my lighting. You do not have to place your trees in an area where you, I'm going to get rid of all this texture too, where you are not going to go. Only where it's going to be visible. And then also remember, you're going to have fog. So if I reduce this back to where we were, let me just revert to save. Dang it. Revert to save. Okay, so where we're going to have fog, it's going to start like losing visibility, the further back they are. So, as far as your visibility is basically all you need to do. Is how many trees you need to put in there. And if you did the tree different enough on all sides like I did in the lesson, you shouldn't have any problem making a nice haunted forest. You're going to need other props, rocks, fallen logs, fences, gates, skulls, pumpkins, scarecrows, whatever, gravestones, graveyards, random lanterns, whatever, broken down stuff along the way. I don't have that in this one. This one is an unfinished one. I'm just showing you the animation and setting up the path, okay? And so let's go ahead and delete all that stuff and all the lights, camera, everything. So we can just see my path. So I'm selecting an area, I'm going to put on grout shading, that I think is going to be a good path to my house. Mine's a little long, but it goes quick enough. I could have started over here. Remember, you don't want to see any of these edges. It's going to look like your universe just falls off, like the world's flat. And that'll look stupid. So like you can see, I've engineered when I sculpted this that it's going to be in this little ravine, and I'm not going to see, when I'm down in here, I'm not going to see any of those edges of the landscape, okay? All right, so then what you're going to do is you're going to go to your top view to draw your path. And sometimes it's kind of easier if you mark your path with like a few trees. I condense my trees down into one thing, so I can kind of like mark my path. These trees are not going to be properly placed, so I'm going to have to fix them, but I can kind of like mark my path here where I need to go, so I can see, because you can't really, you put on ground shading, it's hard to exactly see where things are, but you kind of mark your path. All right, I don't really want all those trees, but anyway, so I'm going to go to my pen tool, and just like how you drew a path for space, you're going to draw your path here. Let's make sure I don't go to my other spline. And you see how I can't see what I'm drawing because I'm underneath. I'm underneath the landscape there, and so it's hard to draw. Okay. So what do? That's why I'm saying if you go to just lines and you get off grout shading, you can kind of like x-ray it, but it's hard to see where the ups and downs are exactly. And so what I would do is you can push the whole thing down. You can take everything and this is one way, and just like push it all like below the grid, so that when you are up here and you can go to your view and do ground shading, and you should be able to draw it and have it visible that way. Okay, and then just remember, click off the tool. You don't want to go all the way up to your house, but you do want to stop like somewhere near your house, the front. Okay, and make sure that your spline, the way you draw it, you don't want to end with, I'll draw it over here to the side because I'm not going to keep this one. You don't want to end on a curve like that because it may make your camera tilt to one direction or the other. You kind of want to end on just a click like that, and then go click on your tool, and then you should be good to go. All right, and then after you've done that, you're gonna go back, and I would take the spline itself and lift it up, and then I would take everything else and put it back into position. You want your spline to be about eye level of someone walking, as far as height goes. So if your spline is too low, it's like from a mousy point of view, it won't, like a cat or something, it's not going to look, even though cats are amazing, it won't look good camera wise. And then if it's too high, you look like you're safely floating above everything, and psychologically it won't good. So you want it to be like eye level of someone walking, or kind of mid-range. You're also going to have to conform it because you're not going to draw it so amazing like I did. And you're going to go in there with your tool, and you're going to want to use your live selection and kind of roll over the point, and then sort of like make it conform to the path better. Okay, so I want it to line up on my gate, you know, like someone was walking. And remember, you can go to those handlebars and you can bend it to your will. Bend it to your will. And then remember to go up hills and stuff like that, and down hills. And you don't want anything passing through any like solid spots. And if you can't see the point, and you know there's a point there, just roll over it around and around. Or you could go x-ray or the whole thing and put it on, you know, just lines here under view or display, and then you can see where the points are that way, and then go back. I just kind of know where there's a point there, and I just roll around until I grab it, and then I bend the line, you know, so I don't want it to pass through anything solid or my trees. You got to be careful, all right? So this spline kind of sucks because I didn't intend on keeping it anyways. I'm going to keep that one, which I think is a good spline. All right, so there you go. I'm a little high over here the way it's starting, so you know I might even like put that down a little bit, and I think it's a little high there. Put it down a little bit. Remember, you don't want to see any edges. Instant fail if you do. And then you'll animate your camera along that spline. Okay? And so what you'll do, I think I did the fog already. I'm pretty sure I did the fog. What you'll do is you'll make a camera. This time you don't need to do a target camera. We're just going to do a normal camera. The normal camera, the first thing you're going to want to do is get it scaled down to like manageable size there, and then you're gonna animate the camera this time first person. So you go to your camera and you put the Cinema 4D tag aligned to spline on that, and it's gonna ask for a spline. Remember, so you drag your spline and drop it in there right there. And then you click on tangential, so it goes, the camera will be blue forwards, just like your spaceship was. And then you could go look through your camera, under cameras, and see like, what does that look like? And you can see, do I see any edges of my landscape? Am I passing through any dirt or trees or solid objects? Is my spline conforming to the little trail that I'm supposed to walk along? And then to simply animate it, you want to make sure you have the right amount of frames in your movie. On this one I did 1500. You probably could do anywhere up to 2000 depending on how big of a trail you guys have. At 0%, you record 0% over here on position. That's recorded now. You click on the bullet, scrub to the end, put it on 100%, hit enter, click on the bullet, and you can see like what is the view of when you end. So I might have to adjust that a little bit, and then hit play and just watch it and see like, okay, where do I need to fix this? Is my camera passing through any dirt? Okay. Like right there, I didn't really need that roller coaster part. That could have been straighter. And I'm passing over my gate safely, not underneath my gate. Or, I mean, not through my gate. So that's another fail. And I'm too high. I'm up there in the trees like a bird. I mean, if I could fly like a bird, I'd feel totally safe too. Bam, I just hit myself and I fell to the ground and now I'm dead. All right, so like you have to fix those issues, okay? So let's revert this to saved, where I did fix those issues. And we'll go back and we'll see like, is there anything I can fix here? I'm kind of starting a little bit high, but I kind of wanted to see some of the landscape there, I think. Now that I'm like kind of remembering when I did this, or I don't know, maybe I was just half-assing and I need to fix that. Either way, that's fine right there. Oh, it looks like I have a second spline here. That's what's going on. I don't know which spline I'm using, but you want to pass through the gate, maybe even have the gate open. Okay, so let's go look at another one. All right, so this house is up on a hill. So I go through around a corner, it's really foggy, and then I go up my hill. There's the gate, my gate opens, we can animate that real easy. You might put a staircase right there or something up into the haunted house. Okay, and this one's heavy fog, maybe too heavy. All right, so figure out how you're gonna do that to your landscape. Go look at the landscape lesson if you forgot how to do it. And then the final point of this will be just putting on textures to the landscape and making some dirt and just taking care of any extra props and fine tuning it and stuff like that. Okay, all right.